Hi guys, this is me about age 2, so about 24 years ago. I was the third of 4 children and born on August 5th, 1990. I grew up on a 48-acre tobacco, corn, soybean, wheat, and Angus beef cattle farm in Springfield, Kentucky, which has a population a little bit over 5,000. I grew up in a very rural place. I had a single high school county, Washington County High School, and was fairly sheltered because of that. So it was really interesting whenever I did finally get to college to see what else the world held. Pictured here are my 2 older brothers and myself. They have always pushed me both figuratively and literally, sometimes more aggressively than others. I'm thankful to them because they are the reason that I chose to attend the University of Kentucky, both being graduates from the University of Kentucky. Early on, my mom would tell me that I loved going to school. I always enjoyed the first day. I loved participating in any sort of arts and crafts, spelling bees, speeches, mathematics, science. I really did just kind of love all subjects, and that I was always excited to come home and tell her everything that I had learned. In addition to loving education, I also loved to dance and had a bit of a flair for the theatrical, as I still do. She got me involved with dance recitals, and I really enjoyed this. To this day, I still pretend as if I know how to dance, but never really truly have. My parents always pushed us to grow into educated adults. Going to college was never an option for us. Early on, they told us each that we would all go to college and that our grades were incredibly important so that we could afford to go to college because they would not be able to help us do that. They wanted us to have a different life than what they had. We grew up very poor and they did not want us to have to go through those struggles despite us being completely unaware that we were struggling. A lot of people always ask, why did you choose middle school students? They're the worst age children. I think that a big reason that I chose middle school or that I was drawn to that age group is because I worked with middle school students through 4-H. I was a counselor from my freshman year to my senior year of high school, and I was a camper from my 4th grade year to my 8th grade year of elementary. I always enjoyed going to the camps. I loved the community service opportunities. I loved working with young children, with older adults, and just the whole process of working as a team to achieve goals. I really enjoyed that and the opportunities that 4-H provided me. In addition to that, I had incredibly awkward middle school years, and so I think a piece of me is kind of drawn toward that age because I want to be a supportive force for these students as they make this really difficult transition in their lives. As far as how I operate in my classroom today and what keeps me in the field of education, despite how difficult it is a lot of the time, is my mom. She is just a positive life force, and I am blessed with a saint of a mother who, no matter what kind of day you are having or what has happened, she will always put a smile on your face. She has worked incredibly hard to raise all 4 of us to keep the other people in mind and to try and be selfless as opposed to selfish. I feel as if my ability to work hard and my desire to work hard comes from all of the time I spent working on the farm or at my dad's agricultural supply store. This is a picture of a wheat crop that I planted, fertilized, and ended up harvesting. I worked really hard on my summers between semesters to make money in order to pay for my school. And this all just kind of regrounded me in why I was doing what I was doing. Although I was excited to pursue education, it wasn't truly solidified that I wanted to do this and could do this until my student teaching. On the left, I was with my content teacher, Betty Robinson, at Morton Middle School, who has since retired, teaching 6th grade math. And then on the right is my first day in my classroom in Xi'an, China, teaching language arts, which is not an area I am certified in. Both of these opportunities just kind of instilled in me how important it is to engage students, to care about them, and to know your content. And I learned a lot from each of those opportunities, and that was definitely kind of sealed the deal that I wanted to be an educator. My first position, and the position that I still hold, is at Georgetown Middle School as a 6th grade math and science teacher. Pictured left is our first field trip, and pictured right is the first piece of student artwork that I received as an educator. I've been fortunate that at Georgetown Middle School there have been a lot of opportunities for me to take leadership roles, to go to trainings, and to really grow as an educator very quickly. My second year on the job, I received the award for Teacher of the Year. This is my sister and I pictured at the award ceremony. Although I love my students, I also love my coworkers. This is the picture of our 6th grade team. I'm the team leader here, and these people have made my job incredibly easy to do. I think it's really important that you have colleagues that you share interests with and get along with, and this can change your entire trajectory and your entire outlook on the career. Although I have a long way to go and I'm excited for where this career is going to take me, it's always nice to kind of look back and think about where I started. And I hope you guys have enjoyed. Thanks for listening.